What's going on, you guys? Welcome to Risky Ryan Trades. Every crypto cycle has its winners. Last time was Ethereum with decentralized finance. The one before that was Bitcoin. This cycle, the narrative, the theme is stablecoins and the tokenization of everything. And there is one blockchain enabling all of this. Ethereum is going to be the primary blockchain for real-world assets, for stablecoins. Many of the other blockchains have their own use cases as well. But this crypto that I'm going to talk about today enables all of it to connect. It enables decentralized finance to even be possible. Without this crypto, there is no stablecoins. There is no tokenization of everything. And this blockchain simply cannot fail because there's too much money going into this theme right now for it to fail. And the crypto I'm talking about is Chainlink. No one talks about this one. I mean, you can go on Twitter, you'll see little stuff, but it's very hard to find anyone really talking about this. And this video probably won't get a lot of clicks because of that. But Chainlink is quietly becoming the easy money play this cycle. If you think that stablecoins, if you think that tokenization is going to be a major theme going for the next, near future to long-term future, then you have to be bullish Chainlink, because without Chainlink, this just doesn't work. So what is Chainlink? It's a decentralized Oracle network. In plain English, it's the bridge between blockchains. It connects all of the blockchains together, and it connects the real world to the blockchains. It feeds in price data, settlement info, and proof of reserves. Without it, DeFi and tokenization simply can't function. So it's becoming the next trillion-dollar opportunity, this whole theme. For tokenization to work, institutions need trusted data feeds. That's exactly what Chainlink provides. And Swift, the global payment network, has actually been testing with Chainlink's infrastructure. So it's not a theory, it's actually happening. And stablecoins are becoming the backbone of crypto trading and payments. And Chainlink provides a critical role here as well. Proof of reserve technology helps verify that stablecoins are actually backed by collateral, so that USDC and Tether USD and others integrate with Chainlink for exactly this reason. And then finally, Chainlink's already secured over $9 trillion in transaction value. Major DeFi platforms rely on it. Big name enterprises are testing with it. And with CCIP, their cross-chain interoperability protocol, it's setting itself up as the universal standard for moving value between blockchains and traditional finance systems. To give it a metaphor, you can invest in NVIDIA if you think that they are going to sell the most chips. Or you can invest in AMD, thinking that they're going to sell the most amount of chips. Or you can invest in Taiwan Semi because you're betting that chips are going to need to be made. And they make both of those chips. This is basically like investing in Taiwan Semi. You don't have to pick the winner of who's going to have the biggest stablecoin ecosystem or whatever. You can just bet that Chainlink's going to connect it all together. And so Chainlink simply can't fail. I know that's there's no such thing as a guarantee in investing, but if Chainlink failed, this whole thing would come falling apart. And that's why I actually think that Chainlink provides a better risk reward than Bitcoin, in my opinion, today, because this whole theme of tokenization, it's happening, and Chainlink is playing a central role in that. All right, so let's take a look at the charts here. What you see in front of you is called a Gann square. I'm not going to dive into it. You can look at some other videos that I have that kind of go into how this works, but it essentially works on market symmetry. I use that in conjunction with Fibonacci levels and anchored volume profiles to kind of give me an idea of where support levels are and where I can expect price targets to be. And this is a 2-week chart, so it's not a monthly or a weekly chart, it's a 2-week chart. And you can see here, 2021, just like pretty much everything else, we peaked out, and we peaked out at about $53. After that, we bottomed out at $70, and we created, look at this massive volume shelf here. So the idea that we're coming back down to $7, I don't see it ever happening again. And our next major volume shelf is right here in the $15 range. I could potentially see us coming back down, but I wouldn't count on it. And I'm not counting on it. And full disclosure, I do own for me, a large bag in Link. My average price, I averaged up a lot over the last few weeks because it's become very clear that it is moving in correlation with Ethereum, but at a much more amplified volatility to the upside and the downside. And so if you think Ethereum is going to go on a massive bull run here in the short term, I think I think that Chainlink is going to replicate those moves, but like double potentially. And so this is what I am thinking I'm going to expect here for the next few months. So I'm going to show you the Ichimoku here. This is the monthly chart. And this month it is blasted through every level, and it looks like it is trying to reclaim the top of the Ichimoku cloud. We came very close to it today, actually, and it's cooling down. But I think that this move will eventually result in the reclaiming of this level. You could also see here that we have another volume shelf growing right in the area that it's in. Now, if I pull this off logarithmic scale, you can see we have different Fibonacci levels. We've got $28 on linear, and then we have a GAN level of $29.50. And so there is a lot of resistance nearby. However, I think that we are on the precipice of a very large move. You can see the stochastic monthly curling up. This was a very powerful move. Link has been the #1 performing cryptocurrency many days over the last week or two, where you're looking at XRP or you're looking at Ethereum and it's going up 5% and this thing's up 15%. So it's just been an absolute animal. And I don't think that move is for nothing. I don't think that it's just doing that for the hell of it. I think it's doing it to get up and over, at the very least, this Ichimoku cloud, which is why, even though it was up here like $25, $26 today, I decided to average up in a big way, push a lot of my chips in front of the table, because I knew that this theme was happening. I knew that Chainlink was the real deal, but I was waiting for the market to reflect that, and it's been reflecting it the last week or two. And so I think that we are at the beginning of this big monster move for it. And my feelings were, as long as we're underneath this Ichimoku cloud, which I think this will become its new support level going forward, then it would be a good value. Now, price targets. Let's take a look at these fib levels here. $31. I could see this move, like moving up to $31 and then consolidating in this area at the very top of the GAN arc. But once we break this, we're going to go for all-time highs. And then it starts getting freaky, guys. So the 1.272 fib is $100. The 1.414 fib is $140. And the 1.618 extension is $227. That's almost a 10x from here. That's not to say that we couldn't see a 2.272 run on this, and that would put it at $1,000 a coin. Now, worst case scenario in my mind is that this, maybe this run is going to be more extended. I've heard that because institutions are getting involved, that the volatility could be smoothed out and the downside risk is being removed because dips are getting bought so heavily. And so if this moves slower and we crawl up this GAN angle, you're still looking at, after 24 months, 100% gain. So to me, Chainlink, because of the role that it is playing in stablecoins, in tokenization, has a risk profile that of NVIDIA, that of Amazon. It is that important to this whole ecosystem that I don't think that it can really crash at this point. And so if it were to move slowly, it's still going to, according to my model, 100% gain in 2 years. You can't get that with a stock. That's not what I'm expecting. I'm actually expecting a parabolic move along with everything else that could take us up to, $300, maybe bounce our head into this GAN arc here, and maybe we consolidate for a little while. And that's, I'm looking at it like 1,000% gain. So yeah, Chainlink. It's definitely one to keep your eye on. And it's one that I've put a lot of my money into. And so this is not financial advice, but I just wanted to let you know that this is what I'm seeing. I've been having my eyes on this one for a while, been investing in it for a little bit here, but everything seems to be going according to plan with this crypto, and it's really, really hard to ignore the potential for this thing to go a lot higher. All right, thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed that video, hit the like button. If you have thoughts about this, go ahead, comment them below. And then our last video did really well. I'm trying to grow the subscriber count, so I think we're at like 170 subscribers now. So if you could help push me over 200, that would be appreciated. Until next time, Risky Ryan, out.